Welcome back to another piece of Top Choice Movies recap. Love and Basketball is a romantic drama film from the year 2000. Keep a keen eye for spoilers, sit back and enjoy the film. Monica Wright and Quincy McCall had aspired to be professional basketball players since they were little. Monica must work hard to establish herself as a girl, but Quincy's natural star potential is recognized and supported early on as a boy. While they work to achieve their dreams of playing professionally, they must also deal with their feelings for one another. Let's take it from the beginning. Rewind. Monica and Quincy met as children when Monica's family moved to Los Angeles from Atlanta in 1981, and Monica's family moved into the house next door to Quincy's. Quincy and Monica are attracted to each other right away because they both enjoy basketball. Quincy is shocked that a girl could ever love basketball as much as he did, and he is even more shocked when Monica beats him during their first ever game of one-on-one. He angrily knocks her down during game point and accidentally cuts her face. Their mothers intervene, and soon Quincy and Monica have made up. Monica proves tougher than Quincy ever could have imagined in another person, and he draws closer to her, asking her to be his girlfriend. Monica accepts and they share their first kiss, but it isn't long before they insult each other and are rolling around on the grass fighting, with Monica clearly winning. The second quarter of the story begins in 1988, when both Monica and Quincy are the respective leaders of the Crenshaw High School men's and women's teams. Quincy's father, Zeke, is a Los Angeles Clippers star shooting guard. Scouts have taken clear notice of Quincy, who many see as one of the top prospects in the country. He is extremely popular with the other students, could have any girl in school that he wanted to, and dates one of the prettiest girls in school, but is still good friends and neighbors with Monica. Monica, on the other hand, struggles with her fiery emotions on the court, often resulting in technical fouls at critical moments of games, damaging potential scouting opportunities such as UCLA. Through soul-searching, Monica learns to control her emotions and leads her team to the state championship game. When she and her team come up short, Monica is devastated. Monica begins to recover from the championship loss with the help of her older sister, Lena, who gives her a makeover. Monica also struggles with her mother, Camille, who pressures her to give up basketball and act like a lady. Lena even finds Monica a college friend to take her to her spring dance. She also secretly still harbors feelings for Quincy, but struggles to express them as he is always surrounded by other girls. Despite taking Shauna Easton, Quincy notices Monica and compliments her appearance. Later that night, they both speak outside her window and reveal to each other how their dates didn't turn out as they'd hoped. Monica asks Quincy to open her letter from USC, which reveals she has been accepted. Quincy has accepted an offer from USC as well, and they celebrate with a kiss. This leads to them finally acting on their feelings, making love that night. During their freshman year at USC, Monica and Quincy are managing themselves as athletes, students, and a couple. While Quincy finds instant success on the court, Monica struggles for playing time behind senior guard Sidra O'Neal. Monica frequently has run-ins with her head coach, Ellie Davis, while her relationship in Quincy becomes more and more strained. Quincy struggles to deal with the media attention, while clashing against his father's efforts to convince Quincy to finish college before going pro. Monica finally earns the starting point guard spot at the end of the season. When Quincy discovers his father's infidelity, he asks Monica to break her curfew to stay with him, and she refuses. The next day, Quincy blatantly cheats on Monica and makes sure she sees him, and the couple breaks up. The fourth quarter follows the plot to 1993, a few years before the establishment of the WNBA. Monica is playing professional basketball with an International Women's Basketball Association (IBWA) team in Barcelona. Monica misses home, but can't imagine a life that doesn't include basketball. While Monica leads her team to a dominant victory in the championship game, she starts to realize that her love for basketball isn't the same as it was before. Having left USC after his freshman season, Quincy is now engaged and in his 5th year in the pros, trying to find a role with his new team, the Los Angeles Lakers. He's had a difficult season, but finally finds some playing time when his coach subs him to replace Nick Van Exel. Immediately, Quincy bricks a 3-point shot, but makes up for it on the very next play with a Showtime steal dunk. But just as quickly as it seems he has turned his bad streak around, he suffers a devastating knee injury when he lands awkwardly after the play, tearing his ACL. His family rushes to the hospital to be with him, but his now divorced parents become embroiled in an argument when they see each other. Monica hears about Quincy's injury and flies home to see him. While visiting Quincy in the hospital, she learns that he is engaged to be married when his fiancée visits his room. Monica has returned home and also falls into the usual squabbles with her mother Camille over old resentments. Camille tells Monica that she had to give up her own dreams after having children, and she resents Monica for not appreciating the sacrifices she made for her family. Quincy completes physical therapy while his wedding draws closer. Monica has quit basketball to work at a bank. Seeing how unhappy Monica is, Camille encourages her to fight for her career and the man she loves. Quincy and Monica meet and reminisce before Monica challenges him to a game of one-on-one, with high stakes. If he loses, he calls off the wedding and chooses Monica. Quincy agrees and wins, but can no longer be apart from Monica and chooses her instead. By 1998, Monica is playing in the new WNBA as part of the Los Angeles Sparks, with her husband Quincy and their toddler daughter cheering. In a post-credits scene, Quincy and Monica's daughter is shown playing basketball at a playground.
Thank you for tuning in. Please feel free to share your thoughts on the movie you just watched in the comments box below. And don't forget to subscribe for more movie recaps to come your way.